Now that's my golf. I'm either falling over, I can't hit driver, or I'm backwards. I bought a whole set of hybrids. I can hit them thin or fat. I don't know how I did it, but I had a way of doing this.
At the end of the day, it's hitting a golf ball. It is instinctive.
Like that? Sure.
Yeah.
So drop to shift, pop to stretch it. You've been trying to throw the clubs to square it up, speeding everything up early.
Brilliant stuff.
This is where all the bad shots are. This is where all the bad shots come from. It's like, I've got to do this and I won't hit bad shots. And it's almost like that's been enforced. The good players just adapt. At the end of the day, it's hitting a golf ball. It is instinctive.
Well, that's the attraction of what you do, isn't it? That's what draws everyone in, I think.
What coaches tend to do is trying to train something that is instinctive.
Yeah. You're talking about positions, and you know you can't do it, can you? It's a dynamic movement, isn't it? It's, you get where I am. You just end up in this cul-de-sac, you know, of I've got to be there, got to be there, and then I see myself on the range and I'm doing that. I'm following the club back, you know. Oh God! And it's not their fault; it's mine. It isn't.
Yeah, and the language that we use. So you just said, "I've got to be there," which means you're not giving yourself permission. The amount of times people go, "Ask me, oh, can I do this? Can I move my head? Can I do this?" And I go, "Yeah." In any other part of our lives, we don't ask for permission to move in a certain way. We just move.
Yeah.
But in golf, it's like we're constrained. We've got to conform to some kind of movement. Because if we go outside of this, well, it's call the swing police. This is forbidden. It's illegal to go out there. I've got to stay here because it's not going to work. Because if I do this, oh my God, I'll be slicing, pulling. This is all where all the bad shots are. This is where all the bad shots come from. It's like I've got to do this, and I won't hit bad shots. And it's almost like that's being enforced. That you've got to do this, or you're going to hit bad shots. Yeah. So we get so scared of hitting bad shots. It forces us to become so conscious of how we're moving. And try and control it, and then we've got positions we've got to adhere to.
Everyone who comes here loves it, don't they? Everyone loves golf, don't they?
Oh,
everybody loves golf.
That's why we're here.
It gets you in a position where you hate it. Rehearse this, try and get that to there, keep my back to the target, throw the hands at the ball. And this, I found I can make it work.
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You know, I can, like, that's a 7-iron, what's it gone, 100 yards. I can't hit driver. I bought a whole set of hybrids. I tried that, even the sand wedge is a hybrid.
Alright.
So I give that a go. So that's where we are.
So
and I've seen this stuff that you do, you know, with the board.
Yeah.
Because I've never played golf from the waist down. I've always played it with my hands and arms. Even when I've gone for lessons, and I can't blame the guys I've gone for lessons with, because to be honest, I'm looking like most amateurs. You're looking for a silver bullet. You know, you want to go to a lesson, it gives you something that works, and it'll work for a couple of days, a month, maybe an hour.
Yeah.
And then all the other bad habits will come back in, and you've undone everything again.
Yeah.
So I started to video my swing because I got a good iPhone, and most guys went into that one. And I noticed that from down the line it looked alright, like it would look quite reasonable. I had some good flexion. It looked like I was getting the hip up and back. I had the club back here reasonable. And then what I would do was, when I looked at it on camera, I would sway completely back this way. So on the backswing, everything would move. You know, my head, everything would move, my hips would move. I'd put a couple of lines here, and I'd be round here. And then I'd find a way of getting it back, and I'm not really sure how. Like, I'd just time it, I suppose, after a bit. And everything would go back this way. I'd end up on my toes, at impact, I'd be on my toes. My hips would be square, and I've lost my flexion. But my head wouldn't rise.
Okay.
I don't know how I did it, but I had a way of doing this. Where my head, I'd put a line on my head, and my head would stay in reasonably the same position.
Yeah.
And if I put a line on the club at address, when I got back to impact, I'd be like this. So my head would stay where it was, my hips would have come in.
Yeah.
And my shaft would be above the line that it was at address.
Yeah.
And then my bad shots are with the short irons. The really bad shot is the shank. Once the shank comes in, I had to stop playing.
Game over.
Yeah. But most of my shots would just move left to right and very weak, like a 7-iron, 130, 140.
Yeah. So a good strike. It's a pull, isn't it? That one.
Yeah.
Say to the left. Whereabouts are you aiming?
I feel like I'm aiming at that tree.
Okay. Right.
That's my feel.
Oh,
That's
so
what I think.
So
Yeah.
yeah, pretty straight then, not bad.
Yeah. That's what I felt. And that is one of the best shots of it this year.
Right.
So in that sod's law, yeah. Now that's my golf.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm either falling over or I'm backwards.
Bit thin as well, that one.
Yeah, I can hit them thin or fat, yeah. But I can keep it in play-ish.
Yeah.
You know, so I can get round, yeah. That's why I stopped playing actually, because in the end that's all I was doing. Especially if you play with a good player
Yeah.
and you're taking 2 or 3 to get to his drive.
Yeah.
You start to think, oh,
Yeah.
you feel a bit, conscious, yeah. Oh, see what I mean? And when that starts, you just go and sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone totally. So really what I've done is I've just found ways of getting it round, I think, without embarrassing myself too much.
Injury-wise, any injuries in the past or present?
Well, I had a motorbike accident a couple of years ago where I damaged the shoulder. Which I gave golf up for about a year, which is a bit of a relief actually.
It's one of the best quotes I've ever heard in a lesson.
What's that?
I had to give golf up for over a year. It was a relief, actually.
It was a relief, honestly, because I give it up all the time, but I keep going back. But when I had the shoulder injury, I couldn't go back.
No.
So it was brilliant. I could, it was great.
I could keep going back for more punishment.
Yeah, I felt so much better.
Hi guys, we've just got back from the Belfry. It was our very first Zen Golf Mechanics coaching trip, and we've got another one coming, and it's in Turkey, and it's at the end of November. It's a great price. We've got 5 nights, 4 days. Each day we have 3.5 hours of coaching on all areas of the game. It's a deep dive, very immersive experience of Zen Golf Mechanics, and then we've got the tour player experience with Foz and Belty. It really is an amazing week. We're at the Gloria Resort in Turkey. Fantastic course, amazing hotel, can't wait to go. Great sun, great weather. It's going to be fantastic, guys. Check out the link and look forward to seeing you there.
It's about 1 in 10, isn't it? I get 1 in 10 seems
Yeah.
to go half decent.
Okay, right, so first thing we're going to do, whatever we work on is going to affect how we work with the ground when we decide to go there and really amplify our movement with the ground. It's like if you move your arm, you get some reaction here, but you're never going to get the magnitude of reaction you would get if you were to start from here with your feet.
Yeah.
I can create much bigger forces with the intention of moving this part of the body than I can moving this part of the body and this just reacting. Okay, so if I'm always thinking about where my arms are in the club, this is only ever just reacting to you moving your arms and your club.
And that's what I do, isn't it? I move
Whereas
my hands and arms.
Your hands and arms are a very conscious part of the movement,
Yeah.
and this is only ever just reacted in response to you moving your arms, and what it's done is it's just stabilised so you can swing your arms. But what it's done is, in order to stabilise, it's restricted joint movement. You've hit the end of your movement potential.
Right.
Because there's too much restriction in the system. You've trained that.
Yeah.
Not intentionally, but you've trained it. What we've got to do, we've got to stimulate the system so it recognises every body part. If there's any fundamentals in golf, that's it, just recognising the body's own joint actions. So if you just jump on those, lock out the knees, dead straight, and I want you to go back and forth, so using your ankles. I'd rather you push yourself to the limit and fall off than never challenge yourself enough just to stay stable, and you never really recognise how far you can push yourself.
Whoa.
Yeah, don't worry, that's good. You're going to a point, and now use that walking action, so we're using the action of the balance pads to move the belt buckle, to rotate the pelvis.
I'll rotate.
So rotate that belt buckle. If you want to rotate it fast, they're going to have to move fast. So you can change direction very quickly by, yes, that's brilliant, that thing. Now just step on to the mat behind you and just feel it against the floor.
Just the feet and the
Yeah,
hips.
just the feet, twist the belt buckle using the feet. Different feel.
Yeah.
Just hold that with your thumb and forefinger and just swing it for me. How would you swing
Side
it?
to side.
Yeah, start again from static. Hold it in front of you here. Right at the end, at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Now how do you swing that?
I'll assume yeah, probably do that.
Yeah, so you put, I don't want you to put any pressure in there.
Oh, don't put pressure in the fingers.
So no, you can't twist it from the fingers.
Okay.
How are you going to swing it?
With this?
Now you've twisted it. You can't twist it.
Okay.
There can't be any twist here, look.
I've got you.
No twist.
I've got no clue then.
Watch
How am I
this.
gonna do that?
Watch this.
Ah, right. Motion, yeah.
Then it swings the
Ah.
club head. So watch this as it swings through and then pull it back. There you go, and it swings it back. Look at that. So you get a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
But you don't need, if you just do this from side to side, you pull it to the left, pull it to the right, you get loads of swing. So it's a later snap. There you go, that's a golf swing. What's that feel like?
Well, free. It just feels.
Now see if you can make the snap even later. So that's too early, that.
I've got.
Even later than that. Yes, so now, brilliant. Now you've got a snap after the golf ball. So your club will be like this, and then it's all snapping. You've been trying to throw the club and use just to square it up, but you're speeding everything up early. This has been central to your map, to your focus,
Yeah.
and this is on the peripheral. This just reacts. You'd have to think about this. If you had to think about your wrist when you're throwing a ball, you wouldn't perform very well. It would absolutely throw out the sequencing. Well, how do I do it now? You'd have to ask me, how do I throw ball markers? How do I sequence? Just throw it. Yeah, but what do I do with my wrist now? Where am I in relation to this wrist? And where's that in relation to this, this and this? Now you're talking, now you're going into golf text.
That's it in a nutshell, isn't it?
But into the throwing world. So
That's
now you're
it.
creating throwing textbooks. Better's got a new throwing book. So drop to shift and pop to stretch it. And that's your rotation. Perfect. So now you'll feel you glow through your glutes.
Yeah, I can feel it in there.
And that's what's working your ankle as well. So your ankles
feel it up there.
yeah,
and
through
in
your
there.
adductors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Brilliant.
is what the books say you should feel, and I've never had that feeling.
Pelvis drops to load, pops to unload and rotate. Now notice how it feels. Same thing, just in the air. Look at that, loading. You're loading into the floor, ready to unload for your backswing. Look at that, dynamic, straight
I'm
away.
not even aware of my hands and
Good,
arms.
it's peripheral stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Wow.
Different feel. The movement.
Wow.
Awesome. Different flight, isn't it?
That's amazing, isn't it?
Starting to use your body mass.
Yeah.
You can now start to integrate the feeling of the twisting of the feet.
It's actually
So you
down.
can, and yeah, and then you can push,
Down.
and yeah, and it's you can let yourself spring round on the way. That's
Yeah.
it, on the way back. Exactly, yeah. I mean, that's amazing. Now that movement didn't exist in your repertoire
No.
before.
It's the exact opposite of what I thought you had to do. If I'd have seen someone doing that on a golf course or on a driving range, I'd have thought, what's he doing?
Yeah, yeah.
He's destroying his swing.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
But it's actually.
The guy who's destroying his swing is the guy who's staying centred and
Yeah.
doing all this.
I'm trying to keep, then I've tried to keep my head still. And I'm like that, and I'm so,
Yeah.
everything's like that. Whereas if I did more of that,
Exactly.
it'd stay in that space anyway. That's what you're
Exactly.
saying, yeah.
So it
I've
looks
got you,
on
yeah.
a camera like it's hardly moving much.
Yeah.
But that's just a net result of all these forces. And
Yeah.
they're massive forces. But if you try and keep the head still, you don't get all the forces.
Yeah.
Take a divot for me now. See when
Toe
you
divot.
Yeah, use your spring. So you should be able to go low and then jump, and the divot comes after the jump because you've gone low, you see. Yeah. Different feel.
Completely. I'm never down here.
No.
I'm always up there.
Which means your hands can't get over here. As soon as you start doing this, the hands come around here. So you've been living life around here. You couldn't be out there, so you could not get the divot there on the way down here. Take a divot because you couldn't get out there because your body's around here all the time. All you can do is hit the ground early or release early here, and you're on your way round. We're striking so much later. What we're doing here is we're matching up the release patterns to the body movement you're creating, because now you're creating much more potential with your body for the arms and the club, so you can actually create a more of a repertoire and actually release the club out on the way down, de-lofting it. closing the face so you can move your path to the right. You're able to shift your path, do what you want. No.
No, it's that, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I did that again, didn't I? It's just
you
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, you trained yourself.
Yeah, drop and rise, isn't it? And then drop and
There we go.
rise, yeah.
Try that. Well done.
Yeah.
Very good bit of draw. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's a golf shot, that. For me, anyway, for my level.
That was awesome. If you move the handle towards me and then just twist it, that's it. You've got a club that's travelling towards me and rotating. That's it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Shot. Wow.
Shot.
That's it, isn't it?
Awesome.
And my only focus there is down into there, get some height, drop down and push up.
Brilliant.
I've got nothing with these
You
now.
don't need to.
Yeah,
That's it.
Shot.
That's how you do it.
yeah.
So you were flexed and rotate in, and then you can extend, let it go, but then your body resists that rotation and keeps it nice and straight. Whereas before, you were extending early to get a little bit of rotation,
Yeah.
and then having to hold on and swing left.
Yeah.
So you were extending to rotate instead of flexing to rotate the face. Like that.
Shot.
That's it, yeah. That's it, isn't it? It's like a hip. What you had me doing on the things, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah that's why, yeah.
Brilliant.
Shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Fantastic.
Shot.
Yeah. That's it.
Good feeling?
Yeah, let's go and get a drink.
I've got to wear you out a bit more, yeah?
Got it.
That's awesome. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah, so to me, I feel like I can do that.
Yeah.
That's how that felt. That felt to me like I was almost sat on it.
And you can do that.
And then I've got to get in
Sat on
front
it.
of it as well, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to get in front
Now
of it.
this is where you get playful, and you're telling me now, oh, I think I could go further, I could do this. So something's telling you.
Yeah,
The subconscious is telling you, we can explore this now, Pete.
yeah, yeah. You sure you want to see this?
Yeah. So the driver, because we want to hit on the up, the swing would already be going left anyway.
Yeah.